All right, so I've been tagged. The Possibles Pouch Challenge put forth by Red's Reviews on YouTube as a monthly challenge that he started up. Basically, I wouldn't even call it a challenge. I think most people are just showing, what they think, how they build out their kits, and try to collaborate with everybody. So what happens is he tagged 5 people. If they make videos, then they tag 5 people, and everybody kind of works together in a collaborative way to just funly show how do you think about your Possibles pouches, what you keep in them, what do you throw in your pouch for those instances of, if not EDC, everyday carry in a sense, but you get separated from your gear. You take this little pouch with you, so you know that if you do get in trouble, you have a certain amount of stuff on you that could help you through that scenario. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch this over. I brought out four main ideas of what I carry most of the time, either in my pack, on my pack. If I get separated from my pack, take it with me. But I think about Possibles pouches a little differently, I think, than traditionally. So we're going to get to it. I'm going to put you on tripod. Alright, so usually when you see Possible pouches, they're center zip or box shaped or just one solid pouch. And if you go back to how they started, they were even slung. So I like things organized rather than more of a dump pouch. And size varies when it comes to these things and what you're going to put into them. So I tend to go for these clam style shell zip open pouches, usually have MOLLE or ways to attach. These happen to be all Roaring Fire. I really took a shine to them for the way I can organize things, shape, size, build. But this was probably my first, this was my second, this is a third. And then there's another option I have, which I'm going to go over, which is a belt pouch. This is from Badger Claw. But let's get into this. Let's start with the first. And you're going to start seeing some redundancies here right out the gate. So I think of stuff that I know how to utilize or could possibly utilize in a bunch of different instances. So ferro rod, fire, lighter, fire, pry bar, many different uses. If I get into here, I have waxed jute that I made. I have small pieces of cotton fabric for rags or 100 other uses. Bank line, more jute, hemp twine, sharpening, pen, notebook, fat wood, spare knife, light. What else we got in here? Small Ranger bands. My Grim Workshop adds tool. So I have cutting, I have light, I have fire. What this doesn't have would be shelter and container. This is a little screwdriver tool set, Tactica. On the back, more cordage, Father Nomad glow stick. This board is really cool for attaching a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, wet wipe, actually 2 wet wipes, and that about covers this one. So it's a lot of basics that, depending on your knowledge, you can do mostly with. Again, this does not cover shelter, and it doesn't cover water. Move on to this one, which gets thrown in another pack quite often. This one is more heavily based on fire. So I have my jute, I have a spare knife, I have a bellows, I have some pitch glue I made, more jute. sharpening. In this pouch, I have my spank, which is a small wax canvas ground cloth. Colorado Bushcraft makes those for me. Very cool. Love these things. Oh, I'll set that down there. So, and then we have some tools. We have an old Leatherman lighter again with hemp twine. Another ferro rod, redundancy with fire. Homemade awl. This is a match case. And again, some extra wax jute. And that about covers this small one. Wait, let's see what's in the front, because I actually forget. Yeah, nothing in the front this time. So this one's wax canvas. Has a nice traditional feel to the look, and I think that's why I kind of went the way I went with the items inside. So now this one, again, another Roaring Fire, but this one's bigger, so I can do a little more with this. Well, let's start with the front. So in the front, there's my container. Yes, I can boil in that. Stainless steel. We open it up. This side's based on fire with a little bit of cordage. I got some bank line again, which is long enough for a ridge line. It's just hanked up. Wax beeline, fire plugs, a smaller version of a multi-tool, which does have pliers on it. Sharpening and or striker. Love the Corona tools. Another cordage card. I have a small tape spool with electrical as well as Gorilla. Marker, micro fishing kit. This I made a while ago. So this actually has, I'm not going to take it apart, but this does have a rubber jig in it. It has some small hooks, small Hankel line, a few small sinkers, I believe. I got flashlight. And yeah, that covers the main. So let's zip that back up. Get into the second half. Now we have compass. There's a small carpenter's pencil. There's a glow-in-the-dark pen, which is kind of cool. I got from my buddy Bobby. Here's the notebook in the Tough Possum wallet. Inside of that, I actually have on my Grimm workshop cards that they send with your tools. It's actually a cordage keeper, so I have some braided fishing line on there. There's a Bob Hansler fishing card. So I kind of got that covered. Notebook. That's all on one side. So now we covered water. So in here, I have emergency shelter, which is the Stay Alive bivvy from my medic. There's 10 aqua tabs in these. I also have this triangular bandage, which has some owie strips in it, but the bandage itself, the material can be used for pre-filtering, all types of stuff, right? So it's just good to have something that's a little multi-purpose in that sense. So I don't have much first aid, so any major issues, this pouch is kind of like eh, but it covers other aspects that my other two don't. So do I take all three pouches? No, absolutely not. Might as well just take the whole backpack at that point. But I know, with either knowledge that I have and or what's in here, that I could get by in a lot of instances, plus whatever I store in here, which has cordage, it has fire. There's an extra little blade, which is a ceramic blade. I got lock picks, tick puller, magnifying glass. I mean, I'm not going to take apart the whole belt. I usually have another tool on me. I usually have another knife on me if I don't have my belt knife on me. there's always stuff, pocket saw, that I keep. If I'm wearing my cash cap, then that's already loaded. So then I can choose, you know, which one I think for the moment I'm gonna stick in that pack when I go out, and then say, okay, I'm gonna go scouting. I'm just gonna take my pouch with me, can attach it to the belt, depending what kind of system you want to use. But that also brings me to, how simple can you make a Possibles pouch? Well, we build tin kits, right? Everybody loves to build the survival tin kits, which are small. That could fit in your pocket. You don't even need a Possibles pouch. And it will cover just as many bases depending on how you built it. Usually solar blanket, you know, water procurement and stuff like that. But, so the belt pouch kind of expands on that and fits really nicely. So you can grab this off your pack, put it on your belt. And if you really want to simplify, you take your tin kit, which this is a little bit bigger, but this is a pocket kit. So you could do that. I like the pouch so I can keep my pockets kind of free of the bulk. But the Be Ready Oh Shit kit is already preloaded with everything to cover most bases. So it's that simple. Do you really need a big old Possibles pouch? No. Simple answer, no. You don't need a freaking big ass Possibles pouch. But what are you doing? You know, it varies from person to person. There's no wrong way, and it's using what works for you. My day pack for work has basically these setups, but broken up into smaller pouches, so in different pockets of the pack, and or the wallet style. And the wallet styles are usually more tools, you know, to use on the fly, with fire, with extra blade. The only thing I don't really carry with work is, you know, water or shelter. I don't feel I need to. So I carry a lot of extra jargon that, who knows, I might need on the fly, saws, you know, all kinds of the cool little gadgety tools and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's my take on Possible pouches. I like the clamshell style for the fact of the organization, and you probably don't even call these Possible pouches. You call them survival kits or kit pouches or whatever it is you want to call them. This is my take on a Possibles pouch. So there you go. I was tagged by Feral Outdoor Adventures. I think I was tagged by somebody else as well, but I don't remember offhand. But I had originally seen this on Red's Reviews, YouTube and Instagram, and was hoping to take part in it. I just didn't get around to it. So being tagged, I was like, oh man, I really need to kind of cover this one. So I hope other people join in. I'm gonna think of the 5 people I'm gonna tag by the time I post this. And yeah, go give Red's Reviews a follow, Feral Outdoor Adventures a follow, and try and keep the community going. There's a lot of small guys or smaller guys that are doing these things to keep the community going, and I think that's some of the coolest parts of the social media side of this. So, all right, later.